Miss Nasty's time. What's up, YouTube land? It's Hellbilly. So, Link is parked on the street because on Tuesday, ran into an issue with Miss Nasty. 09 Dodge Challenger RT 5.7, catback, cold air intake. It's been chipped, lowered 2 inches, staggered fit 20s, and it moves very well. Here it is. So I'm gonna have to take a break on Link this weekend because on Tuesday her water pump decided to go bye-bye. So that's what you're gonna see this weekend, is me changing the water pump on Miss Nasty. There she is, all of her 2009 RT glory. Like I said, she's been lowered 2 inches all the way, like 2.5 inches all the way around. She had a stripe that followed the body line, but it was cracking real bad, so I took it off. EBC brakes with red pads front and rear. Stops on a dime. I actually have so she's got the RT lip right now, but I have the SRT8 lip coming, and it'll be here tomorrow. So yeah, along with doing the front lip, I'm going to be opening up that so that way I can get some more cold air in for the intake. There's Mr. Goosey Goose. And I'm going to be re-epoxying this so it stops separating. I did it before, but I didn't do it well or mix the epoxy, so it's coming out and looking like crap. But there it is, a little dusty, dirty, but I've got to change out that. So I've got a new idler pulley, a new tensioner, a new belt, water pump, thermostat, and yeah. So this is Miss Nasty. So I've got two 55 50 20s on the front. I've got two 75 40 20s on the rear. I want to go a little bit wider, but that's what I have for now. She's a little dirty, but yeah. So my phone ran out of battery, and I film on my phone, so I wasn't able to get any of that. I'm sorry. But I have both grills right there, and the front bumper completely disassembled, the bottom chin spoiler off, and this is ready to get prepped. And I gotta prep the grill so that way I can epoxy the two together down at the bottom, and so that they'll sit nice and tight. And then this is the one that goes in the lower. I'm actually going to open it up more so that way I can fit this in there, have more of an air opening, because I have a Mopar long tube intake, and it's all the way down here. So yeah, that's why I've got to open this up. That's actually saying the stock size, but I'm gonna be opening up the enclosure for it, so that way I can get a lot more air in there. So yeah. What's up, guys? Good morning. So today we are going to be changing the water pump, and tomorrow we're going to be bleeding the whole system, which sounds like fun. And today and tomorrow is going to be putting this back together, putting this whole mess back together, re-epoxying the grill, modifying this so that way I can get more air in, and putting this all back together. And then tomorrow, back on the car. So in order to get to the water pump, I've got to take off the cold air intake and a couple other little doodads, drain the fluid out, which is going to be interesting, and go from there. So here we go. So kind of running into a small issue. I still have my belly pans, or front, whatever. I call them belly pans. Those are still on. I gotta jack up the car, and I have the jack to do it, but I don't have jack stands. So I just hit up one of my buddies to see if I can use his jack stands, and he said yeah, but it's gonna be a little bit later today. So I'm gonna see what I can do to kind of get around that. Yeah. So here they are. The old one with the factory plastic impeller, and the new one with a cast aluminum impeller. So there's some stuff that I still need to change over, like this temperature switch, the housing for the thermostat. I've got a new thermostat to put in. So yeah, here we go. I talked to my buddy because this is still in really good shape, and what will happen is the pulley on the outside will be spinning, but this will heat up and it'll actually like devulcanize, and so the pulley will be spinning, but this won't, because it's heated up and expanded and it's not touching anymore. So I'm not going to run into that issue with this one because this is aluminum and all that type of stuff. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to clean the block, so I make sure that I have a good O-ring seal and all that type of stuff. And yeah, so here we go. Okay, so that wasn't that bad. Replaced the thermostat, put the new housing on, put the temperature sensor in there. So put the gasket on and reinstall it. All right, water pumps on, all the hoses, upper and lower radiator, cut the thumb, life is good, Goose is happy in the shade. Yeah, so now I gotta put on the idler, pulley, the tensioner, the belt, and start assembling the bottom. And like I said, tomorrow my buddy's coming over and he's gonna help me bleed the system and all that type of stuff. So the rest of it is basically dealing with that front bumper, opening up the front of it to get more air in, and epoxy and all that fun stuff. So here we go. All right guys, so I've got the intake back on, hooked up. Goose is a happy puppy. And so yeah, already connected one of the parts of the inside plastic, cleaned up the headlights real good. So now I'm gonna put the underneath pieces back on, and then it's getting on the bumper and all that jazz to make it look totally awesome and sick. Okay, so now we're bleeding the car, and Roberto already made a mess. So there's a bleeder screw on the front that you play with. And I guess I accidentally did it correct by leaving the front end high. So now what he's doing is he's letting the air pressure, the air out. I did something right?
Yeah. Perfect.
And what's the temperature at?
We gotta wait for the thermostat to open, so
yeah.
We gotta wait a little bit.
So you do this for a while. Starting to get up there in temperature, normal operating temp, so that's good. Say it again.
I say it. If you don't bleed it correctly, it'll sound like you have water in your dash, slushing around.
So we're bleeding it from the water pump. And we're also bleeding it up here. And all that bubbles is coming from the heater core. So it's got air in the system still. So we're just making sure that we're getting it all out. If you hear that. And the same with that. Okay guys, so driving the car around, we spent about an hour bleeding it, refilling the system and all that type of stuff. So my coolant temperature is good. The AC is blowing hot. So far so good.